Right, on the wings, I drill my holes first. So the swing clip to hold it in place. Hang on. Can't see anything there either. That's better. Obviously that's going to be hinged onto there. Like that. And obviously I have a clip then that holds it there. What I use for the clips, 8mm bolt and a wing nut. Because obviously when I put the two, you'll see as I go through it. What I'll do now is I'll cut the 2 inches for these two and bring you back when we put them on. I can't remember if I explained it, so I'll just go through it quickly. The back hinges are the big heavy duty lumpy stuff. The wings are the small subtle slightly smaller hinge stuff. Obviously because cutting them into 6-inch lengths wouldn't give you exactly, here's the end of it. There's the end, so 6 inches would be there, which is only 3 of them. And obviously one end will be floating. So by having these, you get more actual hinge than you do whatever you call the hinge joints. Right, done that. It's now a case of, remember, make sure your hole's always at the front. I have welded it wherever it should be. So obviously we're going that way. So the hinge needs to be flush. I haven't trimmed the edge off that one. I've done the others, but not that one. Got to them in a chop saw, they need rough edges. So, bend him halfway. Again, like I said, I don't measure. That's why none of my fires are identical. Nothing's identical. Get him flush, you're on flush with the back. Stretch over, get the weld gun and find out you've moved everything like I just did. Put him on and then just tack. Obviously don't want to weld it there just in case I've got to move it like everything else. And then I use, where's my clasp for that? I don't know, I even know what they call them, so I ain't even going to bother trying. But all I use that for, put that so it's on there. This is the fiddly bits. Now, you can't see the back edge, so it's a bit awkward, and it's a bit awkward with me with the camera, so, but I don't put the very, hang on a minute, can I turn you around? Let's have a look, see if I can get some. I hit the wrong button, turned you off, but anyway, you get it, but you always leave a little lip, because obviously this has got to fold in past that, because this is flush with the base, so if you do it right flush to the edge, then obviously it ain't going to work. Let me just get this tacked into place. Right, let me just get the camera and move you around a bit so you, let's see if I can get it done right. Hang on. Look at all the shit on the workbench instead. I'll tell you what, I can see why people don't do camera work, because this is, oh no, come on. I don't know if you can actually see it. I'm going to put it on its edge, because for me it'll be easier. There you go. As you can see, there's a slight lip there, which allows it then obviously when you close it, hang on, where you gone? Oh, I see. Right, as you can see, there's only a very slight lip, but that allows it so when you watch it all fall apart. Oh, now my tripod's falling apart. So when you actually close the lid, that allows that small edge you can see here. There's my finger there. You can see the small edge all the way down. So when you actually shut it, as you can see, that goes inside. If you were to weld it flush with that, it would now be sat on your lip, so that would stick it up. Something I learnt very early when I was doing these. So, put him back a bit. Right, I'll put you back where you were and I'll bring you back in a minute. Right, just do the same the other side. Remember to check your hole. I just picked him up, was going to weld down here. If I had done, my hole had been at the top, because if I turn it round, the hinge would then be on the outside and not on the inside. So get the other hinge I've done. As I said, put it levelish. I always say levelish because I don't use anything like that. So there is a very small lip, but nothing that allows for everything else. Tack that one in place. Just 3 tacks to hold it in place for now. Obviously the hole's at the bottom. You can't see anything I'm doing because I ain't got the camera in the right place. Same principle. Line him up to start with. Get the clamp on, the clamp doesn't do nothing, just holds it there so it doesn't slide off. Because now I've got a touch in there and a gap there, which means I've got to push the lid back slightly. Get the gun ready. You need 4 hands for this job. Just give it a quick push at the back. Make sure I've got my lip, not too much of a one. And then we just check that they both fold and the lid's down. And then obviously when you lift the lid up, yeah, that one's come untucked, so that's alright, you can see. Just double check that was an untucked and nothing else pulled it apart. Right, I'll get these welded in and I'll bring you back for the next stage. Right, is it recorded? Yeah. Right, to make the 2 flaps, I cheat. I've got this, which is obviously the cut-off edge that goes around the fire. Well, that is perfect for what I want. So rather than waste it and cut up new pieces of metal, this will get cut into sections. I'll do a couple and I'll bring you back. Right, got 4 of them, obviously 2 aside. Screw the first one in, that goes through there. I've got cramp in the arms, that one goes on there, butterfly one goes on the outside. Zoom up tight for now. Do the same the other side, you can't see. One through there. One on there. Try and keep them somewhere near level. Back it off a bit of a turn. And then put a tack on the nuts, on the bolts, onto the pivot bit. Same this side. Oh, yeah, same this side. Once you know you're happy with it, I won't do it yet. Let me just do the other side and I'll come back. Obviously using mold grips because now it's hot. Yeah, happy with that, that's quite level. And then weld the thread to the actual wing nuts. Turn this one up the other way. Put him back. Do the same the other side. Right, this side's done it. I haven't quite caught the upright metal. That's what I will cut the thread off until I know I've got it all. Like that. He ain't quite level. I don't know if he will go level, or he might have to stay where he is. There we go. Do the same on the back side. I use the grinder with a cutting disc in, which opens back now. Change this one. That cuts off the excess thread. Threads where we cut so you don't catch your fingers on it, and realistically that's the lid done. One of the little tricks I forgot to tell anybody that's already got a Mark III, if you've got it outside and it's raining, take your top bars off, which we'll do in a minute, remove your grill, push all your hot stuff to the back. If I can find me mold grips because it's too hot to do, you'll want gloves on. Well, actually I'll do it with gloves on. Turn them up out the way, bring it in, make sure the rings are out as far as they go, and as you can see now you've got a bit of a, I'd say about half of it's covered roughly from the top of the lid to the tray, so anything you've got in the back, the heat will then be pushed into where you are, the rain hopefully will go down the back. That's better. The wind will, and the rain will then travel down the back. And with this being as hot as it's going to get, it'll dry off anyway. But at least you can keep a live fire right in the back of the fire thing. Rain packs up, lift him up with your gloves on, put him back into place. Obviously use your gloves, put your bars back on, put your grill back on, you've got your fire back. It's a little trick I To be honest, it's a little trick I clumsily, accidentally did. When I was out, I knocked it off and found out that you could do that. Right, next stage will be the bars for here, which I'll bring you back once I've got everything ready. Right, we'll try this again then. Keep getting interrupted. Cut the bars, which is your top grill. Anybody that's seen the cookers obviously know what they are. You that haven't seen it won't have a clue. But now, what I put on them, looks like I've lost it. Oh, they're here. Washers, the same washers that I use for the feet. These are one with 8mm hole in the middle, because these are 8mm bar, so they actually sit on there quite nice. But they still move left to right, so if you weld them, they'll do that. Where are you? If you weld them, they'll tend to pull, so they'll go offset. So what I tend to do, where's he gone? Alright, I've lost my mold grips again. I've got everything on one table and I can never find anything I want. I don't take them away. It's the problem with doing other jobs as well. Right, let's have a quick peek. I'll find me mold grips and I'll bring you back. Great, found the mold grips within 3 seconds of turning that on. Right, what I tend to do, take the washer, put the mold grips to hold the washer in place, and I have the washer just off the lip. So when that goes in, like so, that then holds it square for you. Unclip it, he drops, hold him up to the light, no gaps. Now that side now gets hooked on, so I know what I'm left with for the washer this side. You can buy them with 10mm holes, but obviously the holes are a lot more loose. That one goes back on there. Lift it up so the bar's just off the side. Clamp it on. So now we've got like a little dumbbell. Hang on, I'll do it over here. Yeah, little dumbbell. And obviously that's going to go across there like that. I've got 2 more to do. I'll bring you back when I've done them 2.